Welcome to Wedding Studio, the podcast from You Had Me at I Do for wedding officiants who want stronger ceremonies, steadier business, and couples who feel truly cared for. Each episode, hosts Mike and Jen share practical tips, real workflows, and lessons from actual weddings, the kind of advice working pros can use right away. Wedding Studio is produced by the team behind Studio by You Had Me at I Do, the software built to run a modern wedding business. The advice comes first. And yes, the team hopes what you hear here makes you curious enough to explore the platform. When a tip connects to a tool, they'll say so. Learn more at youhadmeatido.app. Better weddings, better business, less chaos. Now, here's Mike and Jen.
You know, you really wouldn't bring your accountant to the altar. You just wouldn't.
Right. Or, I mean, you wouldn't invite your marketing team to stand right next to the Unity candle.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you definitely wouldn't have your dry cleaner whispering in your ear while the prelude music fades out.
Oh, that would be a nightmare.
It really would.
Yeah.
So, why are you bringing your accounting software and your marketing pipelines and all your text messages right up to the altar with you?
It is honestly the ultimate self-inflicted cognitive trap.
Yeah.
You are stepping into literally one of the most high-stakes, emotionally charged moments a professional can navigate.
Right.
And you're doing it holding a device that is, frankly, actively trying to distract you.
Oh, absolutely. So welcome to today's deep dive. We are tackling that one specific moment of panic, you know, when you tap your tablet to begin a ceremony.
The worst feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And instead of your carefully crafted opening remarks, you're just staring at 40 open browser tabs,
Yeah.
or an overdue invoice reminder, or an angry email from a prospect.
We've all been there.
Right. So today is all about adopting what we're calling a day of mode mentality to really build the ultimate altar toolkit.
And just to clarify right up front, the insights we're unpacking in this deep dive, they aren't just, theoretical best practices pulled from some random blog.
No, we need field-tested stuff.
Exactly. This entire framework is forged from the production company behind You Had Me at I Do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we are talking about over 25 years in the wedding business and more than 400 completed weddings. So we're looking at actual field-tested survival gear.
Field-tested survival gear. I love that framing because, as a capable professional who probably juggles weddings on the weekends alongside a regular career, you already know how to command a room.
Oh, for sure.
The goal here isn't to teach you how to speak. It's to teach you how to treat that piece of glass in your hand. So what exactly is the core principle of a day of mode mentality?
The foundation is simple: one device, one job, zero clutter.
Just one job.
Right. Whether you use a dedicated platform with a built-in day of feature, or you just maintain a highly disciplined setup on your personal tablet, the rule is identical. On wedding day, your device is no longer your office.
It's something else entirely.
Yeah. It transforms to a single-purpose instrument.
So if we're treating this device as an instrument, that means we have to become like aggressive bouncers for our own tablets. We need a velvet rope.
We absolutely do.
What are the rules for getting into the VIP section of this device?
So to get past the velvet rope at the altar, the tablet only needs to answer 5 very specific questions. And it must answer them without requiring you to hunt.
Okay, what's the first one?
First, what do I say next? Second, who walks when?
Right, the immediate logistics.
Exactly. Third, where is everyone supposed to be? Fourth, who do I call if something breaks? And fifth, what changed since rehearsal?
Only those 5. Wow. So if the ceremony script is the ultimate VIP, how does it need to be dressed? Because I imagine reading a dense Microsoft Word document works at a desk, but not so much when your heart rate is elevated and 200 people are staring at you.
Oh, definitely not. The script is the spine of the device, and it must be explicitly formatted for performance.
Formatted for performance, what does that actually look like?
That means large type, short blocks of text, and cues that are visually distinct from the spoken words.
Right, so you can tell the difference at a glance.
Yeah, because under adrenaline, your cognitive processing actually slows down when interpreting dense text. Your brain literally needs visual white space to anchor itself.
That makes total sense. Okay, what about the logistical elements? Does the seating chart get a VIP pass, or does that stay outside the velvet rope?
Logistics are critical, but they have to be explicitly detailed. Take your processional and recessional order, for example.
Right.
It must be a line-by-line list. Names spelled correctly, escorts marked, and children clearly flagged.
I can definitely hear a veteran listener out there saying, I've done 80 weddings. I know the traditional walking order by heart. I don't need it spelled out.
Well, you've done enough weddings to know what a traditional order is, sure. But the issue isn't your memory of tradition, it's the sudden substitutions.
The last-minute chaos.
Exactly. When a planner leans over 2 minutes before the start to tell you the groom's parents just had a falling out and are now walking separately, you cannot rely on a vague note that just says parents.
Yeah, that would be a disaster.
You need the updated, explicit data instantly available so you aren't doing mental gymnastics while holding the microphone.
It's really about offloading the cognitive load from your brain directly to the tablet. Which brings up the next question, seating and placement.
Right, so reserved rows for parents, split seating dynamics where the wedding party lands after they walk in, and like the physical location of the unity table.
Stuff you might not need during the vows.
True, you might not glance at it then. But when an usher is confused about where the grandmother sits while the guests are actively arriving, you need that answer without leaving your spot.
And for emergency contexts, I assume we need a lifeline if, say, the DJ's power just cuts out.
Keep it incredibly brief. 6 numbers beat 60.
6 beats 60, I like that.
Yeah, you want the planner or coordinator, the DJ or musician, and maybe the photographer if they manage shot timing near the altar.
What about the couple?
Keep the couple's numbers off this immediate list, unless absolutely necessary. They're the last people you should be bothering with logistical fires on the actual day.
Very true. We also have that final question, what changed since rehearsal?
Because there is always a change.
Always.
A ring holder swap, a delayed start, a shifted reading. So a single, clear, pinned note at the very top of your script is mandatory.
To keep it all in one place.
Exactly. It prevents you from trying to mentally piece together 3 different text messages you received at midnight.
Okay, so I have to push back a little here on the strictness of this velvet rope.
Go for it.
Because as a seasoned professional, isn't it kind of comforting to have your full contract files or like your client history just a tap away? It feels like carrying a Swiss Army knife instead of just a scalpel. What if a guest asks a question about an invoice or a future planning detail?
I get the instinct, but bringing your business to the altar is absolute self-sabotage.
Really? Self-sabotage?
Yes, every extra app, your email, your prospect pipelines, your payment processors, your social media, it's all just a notification waiting to detonate. You are there to hold the emotional resonance of a room, not to close deals.
It's like trying to conduct a symphony while your accountant is standing on the podium whispering about your taxes. It just splits your RAM.
That is the perfect analogy. When a prospective client emails you an urgent question right as the bride is walking down the aisle, and that banner drops down over your script.
Oh, your brain would instantly shift contexts.
Exactly. It forces you out of the performance space and back into the hustle. That separation isn't a gimmick, it is protective focus.
So we've designed the screen to keep you calm and focused, but getting the right content past the bouncer is really only step 1.
Right.
If you can't actually read the text because your eyes are fighting the physical environment, the best content in the world is totally useless.
This brings us to visual defense.
Yeah.
Too often, people treat dark mode and font sizes as aesthetic choices. They are not. They are critical visibility choices.
Because you're fighting the environment?
You are fighting a multi-front war against the environment. You have outdoor sun glare, dim indoor mood lighting, and the physical reality that a line of groomsmen in dark tuxedos literally absorbs ambient light in the room.
Not to mention the biological factor. We mentioned adrenaline earlier.
Right.
When your fight or flight response kicks in, even just a little bit, your pupils dilate to take in more distance information. So near vision, like reading a tablet, actually gets blurrier and requires more effort. So with that in mind, how big should this font be?
Bigger than you think is reasonable. The size that feels comfortable when you're sitting in your well-lit home office with a cup of coffee. It is undoubtedly too small at the venue.
So what's the test?
You need to test it outdoors.
Yeah.
You need to test it at arm's length while standing up. If you feel any eye strain at all, bump it up 2 more sizes.
Wow, 2 more sizes.
Yeah, because eye fatigue stacks up over 30 minutes of reading and crowd management.
What about screen brightness? A lot of venues are incredibly dark. Wouldn't a bright white screen act like a built-in reading light right there on your podium?
The source material highlights a massive visual hazard with that approach. A bright white screen reflecting up onto your face in a dim room casts this eerie, unnatural glow.
Oh, I've seen that. It literally looks like you are glowing from below, like you're telling a ghost story around a campfire.
It does. And beyond looking distracting to the guests, it actively ruins the photography. The photographer is metering their camera for the ambient light of the venue.
Oh, right, the lighting balance.
Exactly. If you have a glowing white rectangle illuminating your chin, your face gets entirely blown out in the professional photos.
That makes sense.
Dark mode is essential here. It provides the necessary high contrast for you to read, but it keeps the device visually quiet. It doesn't compete with the ambient lighting.
Okay, that makes total sense. So to handle the brightness, I'll just rely on my tablet's auto brightness feature to adjust as the venue lights change, right?
Auto brightness is honestly one of the most dangerous features you can leave on.
Wait, really? It seems like it would be helpful having the tablet do the work for you.
It would be if the tablet understood context, but the ambient light sensor is applying bedroom logic to a performance space.
Bedroom logic.
Yeah, it's designed to dim the screen when you turn off your bedside lamp so you can go to sleep. So picture this. You are standing at the altar, the processional starts, and the venue staff suddenly dims the chandeliers to create a romantic mood. Your tablet sensed the drop in light, assumes you are done for the day, and drops your screen brightness to 0. Your script vanishes right as the bride appears.
That is terrifying. Bedroom logic in a performance space. You have to lock your screen rotation and set your brightness manually.
Manual control is the absolute only way to guarantee visibility.
So if we have to manually lock brightness, lock rotation, disable notifications, and dial in our font size, we obviously cannot be doing this at the podium while guests are finding their seats.
Definitely not.
The timing of this setup seems pretty critical.
There is a precise, high-leverage moment to lock all of this in, and it happens before you even see a single guest. We call it the leave the car checklist.
The leave the car checklist.
Yeah. This ritual of preparation must be run in the driver's seat or sitting in the venue parking lot. Not at the altar, not in the hallway, and definitely not while chatting with the DJ.
I can hear our veteran listeners again, saying, I've officiated 100 weddings. This has become muscle memory. Do I really need to sit in my car running a pilot's pre-flight checklist like a rookie?
The source material addresses this vanity directly. 30 seconds of pride can cost you 5 minutes of fumbling in front of 200 people.
That's a steep price.
The venue does not care about your resume. That 101st venue will still have unexpectedly bad lighting or a surprise Wi-Fi dead zone or like an afternoon sun glare you didn't anticipate.
The environment is always undefeated. So what are the specific reusable handoffs for this checklist before we actually step out of the car?
We break it down into 3 categories. First is device readiness. Your battery must be at 80% or higher. You must have an offline backup of your script downloaded. Never, ever rely on venue Wi-Fi.
Never trust the venue Wi-Fi.
Exactly. Do not disturb or focus mode must be activated. All notifications off except for critical calls. Screen rotation is locked and brightness is set manually based on your knowledge of the venue's lighting plan.
Perfect. What's the second category?
Script readiness. When you wake up the tablet, it should open directly to page 1. Not your home screen, not your folder system, not an email. Page 1.
Straight to the point.
And rehearsal changes must be visually confirmed in the text, and your cue marks need to be highly visible.
And the third category is the backup plan, because technology is still just technology, and batteries can definitely fail.
Backup readiness means having a physical paper copy in your bag, or a secondary device if you prefer. The planner's phone number needs to be saved and tested. And finally, carry a physical pen.
The pen.
Yes. Someone is going to throw a last-minute logistical note at you as you walk through the doors, and you need a way to capture it that doesn't involve opening a new app on your tablet and losing your place.
Smart. Okay, so we've run the pre-flight checklist. The device is locked, loaded, and completely isolated. We finally step out of the car and into the physical performance space. The tablet is no longer just software. It's now a physical object interacting with the venue and the staff.
And this physical transition is exactly where many professionals stumble. Your toolkit relies on how you physically manage the hardware.
So what are the mechanics of the physical setup at the altar?
Use a case that props the tablet at a slight angle. If you lay it perfectly flat on a podium, well, 2 things happen.
Okay, what are they?
First, you catch all the ceiling glare from overhead lights. Second, you are forced to lean directly over the tablet to read it.
Which immediately impacts your body language. When someone hunches over a podium, it translates to the audience as insecurity. It looks like you're hiding.
Your posture dictates their confidence in you. You want to place or hold the device low enough so guests don't feel like you've built a wall between you and them, but angled high enough to avoid hunching.
So finding that sweet spot.
The goal is occasional, confident glances downward, not continuous reading.
You also mentioned fighting the physical environment outdoors earlier.
Yeah, keep a microfiber cloth in your bag.
Oh, for the screen.
Exactly. If you are doing an outdoor ceremony, humidity, morning mist, and fingerprint smudges, they will catch the sun's glare and render a screen completely unreadable.
Wow, I wouldn't have even thought of that.
Yeah, a smudge outdoors is blinding. And also, if you wear a wireless mic pack, practice your cable management. You need to know exactly where the tablet sits so you don't get tangled in the wire and accidentally pull your device onto the floor during the ring exchange.
That would be a showstopper in the worst way. So we have the physical space dialed in, but your tablet isn't just interacting with the environment, it's interacting with the other vendors. What happens when the planner physically demands that object from you 5 minutes before go time to check a reading?
It is an inevitable interaction. Someone will rush up and want to verify a pronunciation or a music cue. The hard rule here is never surrender your entire device.
Guard it with your life. Do not hand over the steering wheel.
You need to know how to navigate your document quickly, show them the specific section while holding the device, and pull it back. Even better, confirm those details thoroughly at the rehearsal so that the day of interaction is just a quick verbal thumbs up, not a frantic document review session in the hallway.
Right. Okay, let's talk about the absolute nightmare scenario.
Yeah.
You've done the car checklist, you've got dark mode on, your posture is great. But then, right in the middle of the vows, you lose your place.
Oh, the panic.
There is dead silence. Every eye is on you. The biological instinct that fight or flight response demands action. It makes you want to start frantically swiping and scrolling to find a familiar word. How do you override that panic?
The panic scroll is just the brain's desire for motion. Swiping feels like you are solving the problem, but it is the worst possible action.
So what's the protocol?
The protocol requires strict discipline to override that instinct. Pause. Breathe. Find the next cue heading.
Just freeze entirely. Fight the urge to move.
Stop moving. Do not scroll. This relies entirely on the formatting work you did back in the office.
Ah, the white space and large text.
This is exactly why visual section breaks are non-negotiable. Your script should have massive, bolded headings. Welcome, story, vows, rings, pronouncement.
Okay, I see.
If you lose your place in the middle of a paragraph, you drop your eyes down to the next major heading and smoothly pick up from there.
But wait, what if I skip a whole paragraph about how the couple met? Won't they know?
The audience does not have the script. They don't know what you skipped. But they absolutely will know if you stand there silently swiping up and down for 30 seconds with a terrified look on your face.
That's a great point. They only know what they see.
The source material frames this perfectly. If your script is one endless paragraph and you can't find your place, that is an office failure, not an alter failure.
An office failure, not an alter failure. The mistake was made on Tuesday when you formatted the document. You're just paying the price for it on Saturday.
Deliberate preparation removes the need to make decisions when the room is actually watching.
So, you've executed the ceremony flawlessly. You stayed in this strict, focused mindset. You didn't check your email. You didn't panic scroll. The couple kisses, the crowd cheers. When do you finally get to turn your office back on? When does day of mode officially end?
There is a very hard boundary. You only leave day of mode when the recessional clears the aisle, the guests have moved to cocktail hour, and your specific job at the front is entirely finished.
So you don't turn notifications back on during the signing of the marriage license while the string quartet is playing?
Absolutely not. You are still in the performance space. You are still on.
Okay, good to know.
Once you are completely clear of the ceremony footprint, then you can pull up your business apps. You can text the couple congratulations, send the digital license details to your team, or, log your post-ceremony notes.
But until that precise moment,
the device remains a single-purpose instrument. Treat it like an instrument, not an inbox.
This entire deep dive really boils down to one ultimate takeaway. The most naturally calm professionals in this industry are simply the most deliberately prepared.
Exactly.
They make all the technical, visual, and logistical decisions in the driver's seat of their car, so there is zero cognitive load wasted on decisions when they're standing in front of a crowd.
They engineer their own peace of mind by controlling exactly what they allow into their visual field.
And it is worth mentioning, if you use a studio platform to manage your weddings, look for one that features a built-in day of mode to automate this exact kind of focus. The tools specifically designed over at youhadme@ido.app are built around this philosophy.
It's all about stripping away the office to leave you with only the essential elements you need to perform.
Right.
It automatically removes the temptation to check a contract because the contract simply isn't accessible in that view.
Which is brilliant. So we've spent this time exploring how to isolate our focus to survive the incredible stakes of a wedding ceremony. But I want to leave you with a final thought to mull over, extending far beyond the altar.
Let's hear it.
We just established that treating your tablet like a single-purpose instrument drastically improves your focus, calms your nervous system, and elevates your performance under pressure.
Oh, completely.
What might happen if you applied that exact same one device, one job mentality to your most important deep work tasks during your regular Monday through Friday?
The implications for general productivity are just massive.
Imagine sitting down to write a script on a Tuesday, applying the exact same ruthless boundaries you use on a Saturday, no background tabs, no email notifications.
It's the work.
Just the work formatted for focus. I have a feeling that same day of clarity might just revolutionize your entire week.
Thanks for listening to Wedding Studio from You Had Me at I Do. For links, resources, episode notes, and anything Mike and Jen mentioned today, visit youhadmeatido.app/podcast. And while you're there, take a look at Studio by You Had Me at I Do, the software built to help wedding pros manage the couple, the wedding, and the business behind it all. Better weddings, better business, less chaos. We'll see you next time on Wedding Studio.